Hello everybody, welcome to KPIS Delhi's CARE initiative, Current Affairs through Reverse Engineering. These are the articles that we'll be seeing today. Let us look into the first article for the day. IQ Air World Air Quality Report 2023. The context is that IQ Air, a Swiss air quality technology company, prepares this World Air Quality Index or report and it releases, and for the year 2023 also it has released a report. Okay, so you have to remember the organization and also the report and some important statistics in the report also. Okay, the report says that only 7 countries met the WHO annual particulate matter 2.5 guideline. Okay, and those countries are Australia, Estonia, Finland, Iceland, Mauritius, New Zealand, and Grenada. Not Canada, Grenada. It's a country in the Caribbean. Okay? Only these 7 countries have met the WHO guidelines. And second one, 5 most polluted countries in 2023 were Bangladesh at rank number 1. Second is Pakistan. Third is India. India is the third most polluted country in the world. Okay. Fourth is Tajikistan. Fifth one is Burkina Faso. So this is very important because India stands at rank number 3. Okay. The region of Central and South Asia was home to top 10 most polluted cities in the world. Begusarai is the most polluted metropolitan area of 2023. It's in India, Bihar. And India was home to the 4 most polluted cities in the world. Begusarai is the most polluted metropolitan area of 2023. And India is a home to 4 most polluted cities in the world. Where is Delhi then? Delhi, on the other hand, became the capital city with the poorest air quality. This is the 4th consecutive time Delhi has emerged as the world's most polluted capital city. Okay. What is this PM 2.5? It is particulate matter whose size is less than 2.5 micrometers in diameter. And they are referred to as fine particles and they are believed to pose greater health risks. Okay. And out of the top 11 most polluted cities in the world, 10 are from India and the other one is Lahore in Pakistan. So out of world's top 11 most polluted cities, 10 are from India. This is also important. Okay, so these are some basics and I also spoke about IQ Air. IQ Air is a Swiss air quality technology company and it prepares this report. Okay. According to the 6th Annual World Air Quality Report 2023, the descending order of the top 5 most polluted countries in the world is: first is not Burkina Faso, not Pakistan, it is Bangladesh, right? So 5 should be in the first place. This is gone, this is gone, this is gone. This is the answer. It is Bangladesh, followed by Pakistan. Pakistan is ranked number 2. Then comes India. Then it is Tajikistan, and 5th one is Burkina Faso. Okay, so it's this 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yes. In the cities of our country, which among the following atmospheric gases are normally considered in calculating the value of air quality index? Air quality index actually measures the quality of air. Okay, and this was launched in New Delhi in September 2014 under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And the air quality index is composed of 8 pollutants. What are those? One is PM 2.5, PM 10, ozone, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, lead, and ammonia. Okay. So these are measured and they will tell you the quality of air. This does not include carbon dioxide and methane. Why are they not included? Because mostly they contribute to greenhouse effect. Okay, so global warming, which is caused by this greenhouse gases, greenhouse gases, they are taken into consideration as greenhouse gases. Okay, they are not in this list of pollutants. All right, with respect to air quality index. All right, now carbon dioxide, no, this is not there. Which means this is gone. A is gone, C is gone, D is gone. You don't even need to read other options. Okay, so B is the answer. However, from 2023, the pattern has changed. Still, you can find at least 4 to 5 questions like this. Saki App. What is the Saki App? What is the full form? It is Spaceborne Assistant and Knowledge Hub for Crew Interaction. Which crew are they referring to? The crew of astronauts. Okay, now what is the context? Vikram Sarabhai Space Center has developed this multi-purpose app that will help astronauts on Gaganyaan space flight mission to carry out a range of tasks. Okay, it will monitor the health and it will also maintain communication with Earth, and it will also maintain the dietary schedules of those astronauts. Okay, and this will be strapped to astronaut spacesuits. Who developed this one? Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Some basics about this Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. In 1962, Tumba Equatorial Rocket Launching Station was in place, and it was later renamed to honor Vikram Sarabhai, who is actually known as the father of Indian space program. Okay, where is it located? It is located in Trivandrum, Kerala. It is entirely indigenous facility working on the development of sounding rockets, Rohini, Menaka launchers, and SLV, PSLV, GSLV Mark III family of launch vehicles. All right. Consider the following with reference to Saki App. It was developed by DRDO and ISRO. No, this is wrong. DRDO is not in picture. It was Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Next, it is a multi-purpose app that will help on the Gaganyaan mission to carry out a range of tasks such as looking up vital technical information or communicating with one another. This is correct. Which of the above statements these are incorrect? First statement is wrong. Okay, so that's why A is the answer. Consider the following apps. Okay, Arogya Setu, Kovin, DigiLocker, Diksha. Which of the above are built on top of open source digital platforms? What is the meaning of this open source software? It is a software with source code that anyone can inspect, modify, and enhance. Okay. So programmers who have access to a computer's program source code can improve that program by adding features or to fix parts of that. Okay. So that is public. The source code for a given program is public, and the users can use it and modify to their, not users, programmers to be specific. Okay, now these apps, all of them are built on open source digital platforms. Now what are these apps? Arogya Setu, it is a Indian COVID-19 contact tracing app, right? Arogya Setu. Now what is Kovin? If you remember, to download the vaccine certificate, we've used this Kovin portal, right? DigiLocker is an initiative by government to offer Indian citizens a free platform to store and access important documents. Okay, that is DigiLocker. Diksha, that is digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing, is a national platform for school education and initiative of NCRT under Ministry of Education. Okay, so all these things are built on top of open source digital platform. So D is the answer. Government contemplating changes in SURF-IAC and DRT laws. Now what is this SURF-IAC law? It is Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act of 2002. See, the entire act name you have to remember, and you should also remember the short form. Okay, because abbreviation is also important, full form is also important, because the examiner might use them interchangeably and you might get confused. That's why remember both of these. Okay, now what is DRT? Debt Recovery Tribunal. Now Why does the government want to make changes in these two acts? Because the government is aiming to make debt recovery process less tedious and more effective. Now, what is a debt recovery tribunal? Debt recovery tribunal and debt recovery appellate tribunals were established under Recovery of Debts and Bankruptcy Act of 1993. These were established to provide expeditious adjudication and recovery of debts due to banks and financial institutions. And why was this in place? SARFAESI Act of 2002 to facilitate asset reconstruction and enforcement of security interests by banks and financial institutions. And this act applies to banks, financial institutions, and asset reconstruction companies. SARFAESI Act actually provides banks and financial institutions with the power to enforce their security interests in case of non-performing assets. Now, what is non-performing asset? See, some institution will give you loan. Okay, you're good people, you'll repay it in installments or any or at one go. However, there are people who do not repay the loan. Either they will not repay the interest, they will not repay the installments, they will neither give the principal amount. Okay, so that particular loan or amount will be termed as non-performing asset. Why is it called non-performing asset? See, usually banks, when they give you loan, it is a asset to the bank. Why is it an asset? Because you will pay the interest, no? Yeah, you're paying the interest. That means bank is generating income by giving loans. That is why it is an asset. It is a liability on the person, but not the bank. Okay, so it is an asset. But what will happen to that asset if it is not being repaid? It will become non-performing asset. You got my point, Lati? So these are some basics that you have to remember. Which of the following methods of recovery under SARFAESI Act are adopted? Securitization will definitely be there because the full form itself starts with this word, right? So first one is there, which means B and C are gone. Okay, 2 is common, so don't read 2. Now, enforcement of security without the interruption of the court. Yes, this is also correct. Usually, this act comes into play if a borrower defaults on his or her payments for more than 6 months. Okay, so this is also right. 1 and 3 are correct. 2 is anyways correct because it's common, so D is the answer. With reference to the governance of public sector banking in India, consider the following statements. Capital infusion into public sector banks by the government in India has steadily increased in the last decade. See, last decade, that means 10 years. Yes. And they've used the word steadily increased. And this is a trend, right? So, capital infusion has increased. That is correct. But it didn't steadily increase. Okay, so this is wrong. To put the public sector banks in order, the merger of associate banks with the parent State Bank of India has been effected. Yes, the merger happened according to Section 35 of the State Bank of India Act of 1955. Alright, this is correct. Which of these statements given above are correct? Only 2. From sex trade to slavery, examining the alarming rise in forced labor profits. What is the context? The context is that ILO, International Labour Organization, has conducted a study and it revealed that illegal profits from forced labor have reached an astounding $236 billion annually. And this represents a 37% increase, okay, or say $64 billion increase compared to the previous estimate that was made a decade ago. That means before 10 years and now if you compare, this is the increase. Okay, and when you say the statistics about forced labor, first of all, what is under the scope of forced labor according to ILO, you should be very clear. Okay, ILO defines forced labor as work imposed against the will of the employee, enforced through penalties or threats. Okay, it can occur at any stage of employment, including recruitment and living conditions associated with work. Okay, so that is the definition of ILO for forced labor. Okay, and it also says that sexual exploitation accounted for over 1/4 of the global forced labor victims, but it generated nearly, see, 1/4 of the forced labor was sexually exploited, and this generated around 3/4, that is 3/4 or 75% of the total profits. Isn't it astonishing? So these are the things you have to remember for prelims, and try not to exploit people, be it at your home or workplace or anywhere. Okay, now some basics about ILO. ILO was established in the year 1919 by the Treaty of Versailles as an affiliated agency of League of Nations, and it became the first affiliated specialized agency of United Nations in the year 1946, and it is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, and it also received Nobel Peace Prize in the year 1969. And India is a founding member of ILO, and it has been a permanent member of ILO governing body since the year 1922. Okay, now consider the following statements. The ILO's recent study uncovered that illegal profits from forced labor have surged to an astonishing $236 billion annually, signifying a 37% increase from the previous estimate made a year ago. Not year ago. Till here, it is correct. The year ago words are not correct. It is decade ago. Okay. So whenever you're reading a statement, you cut it into pieces and every piece should be correct. Read till the end. For that you should read till the end. See, you will see this, ye to correct ho gaya. Like that you will mark, but that's wrong. Okay, please be very, very careful. Okay, so this is wrong. The surge in profits from forced labor underscores the urgent need for concerted global efforts to combat this pervasive issue and safeguard the rights and dignity of affected individuals worldwide. Yes, absolutely. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? First statement is wrong, second is right. So both statements are correct? No. Both statement, no. Statement 1 is correct? No. This is D is the answer. Okay. International Labour Organization's conventions 138 and 182 are related to. They are related to child labor, and convention number 138 actually calls the member countries and it mandates them to fix minimum age for admission to employment or work within its territory, and 182 calls for prohibition and elimination of worst forms of child labor. Okay, so this is about convention 138 is about minimum age, and 182 is about prohibition and elimination of worst forms of child labor. Vernal equinox 2024. See, vernal equinox actually symbolizes the transition from winter to spring season, bringing longer daylight hours and setting the stage for the upcoming June summer solstice. Okay, that this is with respect to northern hemisphere. You'll understand it better via diagram. So this is the diagram that I was referring to. See, this equinox occurs twice a year around 21st March and 23rd September when the sun is directly above the equator. That's why it is called equinox. Okay. During equinox, the sun is above the equator and both the northern and southern hemispheres receive mostly equal amounts of sunlight. Okay. This is the spring equinox. We are naming this with respect to northern hemisphere. Okay, when it is onset of spring, we will call it a spring equinox. Okay, and here summer solstice, here winter. You know, if you observe the dates, you will understand. Okay, see here during summer solstice, because this part is near to the sun compared to this one, because this is away, right? So this part of the earth will have longest day of the year. Okay, so longest day here in the northern hemisphere. And during equinoxes, you will have equal daylight. And in Hindu astrology, the vernal equinox is known as Vasanta Vishuva or Vasant Sampat. All right. Now, consider the following statement with reference to vernal equinox. The vernal equinox occurs when the sun is directly above the equator. This is correct, right? Which of the above statements is correct? First one is correct, so that means B and C are gone. Now 4 is common, you don't need to read 4, which means that is, it is always correct. Now it happens twice a year, around June 21 and December 22. No, it is not June 21 and December 22. These are dates for summer and winter solstice. Okay, so these are wrong. They usually occur on March 21st and September 23rd. So this is wrong. That means this is gone. A is the answer. All right. In the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year normally occurs in. See, as I mentioned, the longest day of the year in northern hemisphere, if you observe this diagram, see, longest day is observed on this one, on summer solstice day, and that is 21st June. All right. Now, they've given first half of the month of June. No, because first half is less than June 15th, right? It is 21st, so this is gone. Second half of the month of June, yes. All right, so B is the answer. This is it for today. All the best.